Hi, I'm Chris Pyle with Champion Solutions Group. I'm here with Brandon Duclos, our Senior Network Engineer. Thanks for coming, Brandon.
Thank you, Chris.
We're here to talk to you guys about our network discovery services, our network assessment services. So Brandon, please tell me, what is it about? Why do customers want to take a look? And why is it important to have an assessment of the network done?
So the big thing about network assessments is that some people just don't know what's on their network. They've added onto it over years. They need to go out there and figure out what's still connected to it, or they may not have proper documentation. That's something we can step in to definitely help out with.
Gotcha. So let's talk about what we assess. So let's start off with the data center discovery. What is it we do around security and firewall? Because we do take a look at that in the network assessment.
So for the firewall assessments, we'll go in, we'll look at any security zones you have set up today. If you're looking at doing any kind of layer 3 across the firewall, we can get into that piece. A lot of people are looking for stuff now with east-west traffic. We can get into that as well and see where you're at and how to get you guys there.
What about HA logs? Are we looking at those things as well?
Yes, that's important. We want to make sure if you're active-active or active-passive that you're working today. You may not get logs on it in the future. You may not get logs on it now. Let's go through and make sure it's set up properly.
Excellent. So then we also look at the core network, not just the security and firewall piece, but the core network. What are we looking for there?
So on the core network, we're looking at any routing protocols you're using, whether that be BGP, OSPF, or if you're just a smaller shop using something like static routing. Maybe you have licenses to get a little bit more automation that we can utilize. That's something we're looking to do today.
Are you also reviewing security policies that, as far as remote logging and stuff? Are we looking at that as well?
We're looking at that. We're also looking at what tools you're utilizing today. We have a bunch in our portfolio that we can use to help you get a little bit further with partnerships such as ExtraHop, or even down the Cisco Pathline or any other of our vendors that we work with.
And are we looking at it against industry best practices? What are we looking at? What are we comparing what our clients have today? What's the best practice? Is that where we're looking at best practice?
So we're looking at best practices based on what the client has today, no matter what technology they're utilizing, whether it be Cisco, Extreme, Brocade. We're looking at what they have today and what they want to get to in the future, and then helping them kind of guide and form that new posture.
Got you. Are we looking at the STP configurations against industry best practices as well? Reviewing the version and the code releases and seeing if they're up to speed?
Yep, we'll look into Spanning Tree. We'll look into any other protocols they're using there. They may use UDLD. We'll look into that as well. Whatever they may have, we're going to make sure we dig down deep into it and get it taken care of.
And I know a lot of the customers are asking about the documentation. Are we going to document the current configurations that they have internally? Because as you said before, a lot of customers don't even know what they have.
Yep, we're going to document everything from start to finish. We're going to put everything in a Visio diagram. We're going to do an executive presentation at the end as well. We think that differentiates us a little bit from what some of the competitors are doing. We'll just hand you your documentation, walk out the door. We're going to hand you the documentation. We're going to present it to you in a way you can understand.
Excellent. What about the edge network? So we've done the security, the firewall, we're at the core. What about the edge? Are we looking at the edge in our discovery as well?
So we're looking at the edge and the discovery for those remote offices, what we can do out there, what they're utilizing today. Any wireless, any wire technology. A lot of customers are looking at security on the edge now too with NAC solutions.
Sure.
So we're going to look into that as well.
Excellent. Now, what about things with like NetFlow and NPM review and stuff like that? Are we looking at any of that?
Yep, that ties heavily into the performance. Every customer always says the network's slow when it may be the application. We want to be there to help out and find out what the problem is. We're not going to finger point. We're going to come in and tell you how to fix the problem.
Right. And I know a lot of customers just want us to know, like on the NetFlow review, we actually go in there and document the license count purchased versus actually what's being used. And a lot of times there's a lot of discrepancy just in that itself, right?
Yep, there'll be discrepancies in that. We'll find sometimes a lot of be under licensed or over licensed. In most cases, we're going to usually help them clean up some of that OPEX cost and maintenance, and they may save money for a refresh.
Excellent. And as you mentioned earlier, you're going to leave the client with an awesome set of deliverables. Can we just review those one more time?
Yep, so we're going to leave the customer with a Visio document of everything the way it stands today. You're going to have everything. You're going to know what connects from what port A to port B. You can call Mike in the data center. He can go move it, and you're comfortable with that. He's moving in that port.
Excellent. Very comprehensive deliverables that we're going to be leaving with the client. But not only just of what you have, but we're also going to be recommending where to go, correct?
That's correct. We can go into more of the design after that piece of it, where to go to, where your options are, what the budgets are for those different options. We try to keep everything very smooth and transitioning.
So excellent point. So we got a great network discovery, and then it leads into our networking recommendations and planning. So we've done this hundreds and hundreds of times than many of your peers. Please give us an opportunity to help you with your network discovery and assessments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.